Get your calculator.
5 and 7 is only 12.
Okay. Well, I didn't vote. I don't think you can, Mr. Chair.
Tie. You're the tiebreaker. Tie.
Okay, I'll break the tie. Let's go on with other recreation items. Is there any other? Now you're ready to speak.
Did we finish with the group size, or are we going back to the group size?
We diverted from the group size to this one. I don't know whether it's a conscious thing or not.
Okay.
We can certainly receive a motion on the group size or a motion on the alternatives. Whatever you'd like to do.
Just a question on the group size. I think through one of the public comments, it actually says to monitor the impacts of these. It's actually from the Friends of Cedar Mesa, and it says the lack of cultural resource management plan and the monitoring plan means that impacts and changes to group size will be unknown. As currently configured, the preferred alternative is enormous potential to cause substantial impacts to cultural resource, and no plan is in place to monitor these impacts. Well, just my question is to you, is there a plan down the line to address that, or is it one of our preferred alternatives?
What do we call the exact language in the preferred alternative for that?
Cultural plan, that requires it. We will be monitoring for that. Yes, we're prescribing, we're trying to give some definition to it instead of just saying nothing about it. The numbers are based primarily on experience, right? We know that school groups are in that 40 to 50 range, and we know that many of the outfitters are comfortable with 10 to 12-ish, and we've been running that. So we're putting numbers in. They're our best guess based upon our experiences, but we will still leave language in there, and in the cultural plan, we've identified a monitoring part of that as required. So
Right.
I think that there will be interaction between that if we see a disconnect. We identify that we close cultural sites in some cases to visitation based upon impacts. So I believe that it's, I don't know, Lance?
So, right, under alternative C of the draft plan, there was a paragraph that continued, if monitoring indicates that monument objects and values beyond acceptable level, group sizes will be reduced during the implementation planning level. So that piece of that alternative wasn't carried forward into alternative B. And I think that's the piece that Friends of Cedar Mesa is understanding.
That's on page 216 of that table. That's what it's reading from alternative C.
Doesn't mean we wouldn't monitor, but it doesn't disclose it as easily like alternative C does.
Lee?
From a cultural resource perspective, having groups attended by a trained guide is preferable to having a busload of school children disgorged with a science teacher and a parent. Because the guides, the agency can require that the guides have certain kind of training or can provide it themselves so that they know what the message is and what the etiquette is. Unattended large groups don't necessarily come with that training, and that's a potential, because from the perspective of cultural resources, it's cumulative. So we're talking here about groups that are somehow organized, assembled as one. But from a cultural resource standpoint, it's also the individuals. They all add up. And I wondered whether in the analysis process the agencies had given any thought to permitting individual access to certain cultural resources so that the overall number is controlled.
Do you want to address that?
So, in the draft plan, we didn't take an alternative that would limit individuals. We have the alternatives that I went through, the internet dropped, sorry. That's why we lost the screen. So now that it's back again, we got a connection again to the projector. You can see here that, any group sizes that exceed those on the amount, they can still be permitted. They just got to come to us with an SRP permit or a letter of agreement. And we didn't take a position that would limit how many of them could do it, or individuals less than the 15 or the 12 or the 25 under each alternative. We didn't limit those individuals individually either.
The reason we wanted to simply give a letter of agreement or something is exactly what you're talking about, is to educate them. So sometimes we'll have our rangers talking to them about the cultural laws, regulations, policies, so that if you do have a group, it allows kind of maximum flexibility. We could entertain a larger group, but it gives us an opportunity to interact with them and explain, look, where you're going is fragile, and give them the message that we want them to have. Absolutely agree with several of the comments that a guided group, we have less problems with. I mean, they're very good stewards, they're very good, they're trained, they do a great job for us, leading groups in, so.
I'd like to speak up for science teachers.
Science teachers,
I couldn't resist. But you did not consider in your analysis permitting or limiting the number of individuals who can visit that site in a day. For example, Shea Canyon, you might limit your group size, but you're not addressing the individual numbers that go through there in a day. Am I correct?
Like
You chose not to.
Yeah.
the only place we did that was in Moon House, and I think there is opportunity to do that. That would be, I mean, we'd certainly, if there are places where this group is very concerned about, sure. But it is an option. And again, part of that monitoring, that wording that says, if we start seeing impacts, we can start dialing that in.
So your monitoring would address the individual user and not just groups.
Yes.
Lee, just to clarify, several of my former students are on this committee.
Well, you've done something well, Bruce.
Must have been accidental. Gordon?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Anybody else? Are we ready to address recreation at this point?
I just had a question. I'm not familiar with the placement of anchors. I don't know what section it is, but it was